Saw a bird flew down this morning as if he's saying something to me. Sitting on the limb of a tree, giving me a sound of sweet melody.
Reggae to reggae.com.
Nutritious food, succulent dishes, superior workmanship, and excellent service. Jamaica is on the go. Let's grow what we eat and eat what we grow. Let's harness the indomitable spirit of our most valued resource, our people. Let's support our local businesses. After all, buying Jamaican means building Jamaica.
Oh my these words have been spoken by my master. They will come to pass. With all this injustice, this world could never last. Oh, somehow I know things have got to change.
Hi, welcome to It's the Lord's Day on Celebrate Life on reggae2reggae.com. Today we are in my second favorite day and we're still doing the King's Proposal. After today, we have 2 more days to go and then we will have finished and we will be ready for the marriage supper of the Lamb. But before we get there, let's look at today's special area that we're going to analyze. It says, I will never change. I will always be the same, yesterday, today, and forever. Oh, most beautiful one, my love, my dove, my beloved, if you will accept your King's proposal, all these great and precious promises will be yours. Listen to the King's proposal and embrace what you want to take out of it. So come back.
Long before I laid the foundations of the earth, before I stretched out the canopy of heaven, I was thinking of you, and I chose you to be the object of my love. Before you ever knew me, I knew you and I loved you from the first moment of your life. My love for you has existed before time itself, and it will continue when time is no more. You are worth so much to me. In all the universe which I created, you are my most treasured possession. There is none like you. I left my throne in heaven just to have you. Though I was king, I was not willing to remain as king if that meant not having you by my side. Oh, my beloved, I gave up everything to have you. I cast aside my crown and removed my robe of royalty. I became nothing more than a servant among men. Because you would not come to me, I came to you. I left heaven behind and came to earth just so I could be near you. Though I was rich, I became poor. Though I was strong, I became weak like mortal man. And I did this for you. The cost I paid was great, but I have no regrets. You are worth everything I gave. You are my darling. You are my pearl of great price. One glance from you, and I am ravished by the power of love. Don't think I came to redeem you because I pity you. No. I have done what I have done because I so greatly desire you. I did not pay the ultimate price because you are worthless. I gave it all because you are priceless. And now, I offer you a king's proposal. These are the things I will give to you, if only you will agree to become my eternal bride. I promise to take from you the heavy burdens of life and clothe you with garments of praise. Once you become mine, I will never cast you out or abandon you. You will be an orphan no more. I will never leave you or forsake you. You will have a home with me forever. And I will heal your broken heart, and my anointing will break every yoke that binds you. Instead of ashes, you will wear a beautiful garment of my grace, and I will anoint your head with the oil of health and joy. I have so many plans for you, beloved, and all of them are good. I know that sin robbed you of your beauty, but my love will restore you completely. Yes, the old things will disappear, and I will make all things new for you. You will become as lovely as the moon in a procession of stars, a reflection of my love. All of your life I have been drawing you to me with cords of love. I spoke tenderly to you, calling you to come to me. Now I want to sing over you my songs of deliverance. Once you come to know how deep my love for you truly is, you will live with confidence. My love for you is perfect, and perfect love will cast out all of your fear. If you should ever lose faith in me, I will never lose faith in you. When you fail, I will be there to help you. When you fall, I will carry you. The smallest sparrow looks to me for help. Will I care for you as well? You're worth so much more to me. Your mind will rest in perfect peace, free at last from doubt and confusion, and nothing will be able to pry you from my arms, because I will hide you in the shelter of my love. You will nestle safely beneath my wings. Those who try to harm you will answer to me, and no plan that they form against you will succeed, because I will give you the keys of my kingdom. You yourself will have the authority of my name to open and close every door before you, from east to the west, from the north to the south. Everything will be given into your hand. You can ask me anything, anything at all, and I will give it to you if it serves my ultimate will. Yes, go ahead and ask me, and I will even give you the nations as your inheritance. And you will rule over the powers of darkness, trampling them beneath your feet. Those who bless you, I will bless. But those who come against you shall surely fall. And I will write upon you a new name for all to see. You will be called the City of God, the New Jerusalem. Kings will come from the ends of the earth just to see your beauty. And they will bring their wealth to you from the far reaches of the earth. And there you will be, sitting upon my throne, and wearing the crown of my everlasting favor for all the world to see. Beloved, I have prepared a place for you in my Father's house. I want you to be where I am. We will walk together in the cool of the day, strolling arm in arm in the garden of God, in paradise restored. And you will eat from the tree of life that is there. Can you trust the promises I make to you? My love, I'm not a man that I should lie. I will watch over my word to perform it on your behalf. I will never change. I will always be the same. Yesterday, today, and forever. Oh, most beautiful one, my love, my dove, my beloved. If you will accept your king's proposal, all these great and precious promises will be yours. My bond is my word, and my covenant is sealed with my own blood, which was given to purchase you. I will love, honor, and cherish you all the days of your life. And I will be with you always, even to the end of the world. This is my proposal. What will you answer?
Injustice, this world could never last. Oh, somehow I know
with some kind of health condition? Is it arthritis, high blood pressure, Crohn's disease, constipation, AIDS, cancer? Whatever it is, we can show you how to get your natural defenses up so that your bodies will deal with your condition. Join us as our studio audience on reggae2reggae.com when we will teach you how to celebrate every moment of your life. Call us at 336-7350 for information. Limited space.
Since the first public demonstration of radio by Nikola Tesla in 1893, no one ever thought of putting the 2 hours of music together until we created
reggae2reggae.com.
So keep it tuned to reggae2reggae.com and we'll have more for you. Keep it locked.
Oh my eyes. These words have been spoken by my master. They will come to pass. With all this injustice, this world could never last. Oh, somehow I know things have got to.
Hi, we're back. And we're still doing the retro thing, hence my glasses. And today it's the Lord's Day, and we're doing the King's Proposal. We had a wonderful Shabbat Shalom yesterday, and oh wow, we're into another beautiful, special day as we look at the Lord's Day and we consider the ending of the King's Proposal. Now, have you ever heard a proposal like that before? I haven't, I sure haven't. And there are 2 words, the name of our show today is Superlatives. And there are 2 words that we have a sort of a special relationship with, in that in our daily lives we have been cautioned never to use never and never to use always. You always do that. You will never bring home anything good for me. You know, those are almost used in an accusatory way in our human interactions. But here we have one with whom we can use these words. And in this context, one, he says, I will never change. And I will always be the same. Now, I am here to tell you that he is the only one in heaven and in earth who can make those claims. And they're accurate. Because as human beings, we can't embrace this sort of thing. So we're going to be looking at our 4 rules as we analyze this segment of the King's Proposal. And the first one is know where you are going. And the road I'm going to is becoming a recipient of these superlatives. So I just had a little challenge naming this one. But I am becoming, that's the road I'm a recipient. The road I'm going down is a road where I can utilize, embrace, and make a part of my life. These superlatives, I will never change. I will always be the same. And then that's know where you're going. And then the next one is know your driver. And you know, those same 2 ones are the most important part of knowing a driver too. He will never change and he will always be the same. And once you are able to even minimally understand and engage those two superlative phrases that he is, then you will have a superlative enjoyment of the ride. But we haven't gotten there yet. Our third segment says, if you will accept your king's proposal, then that is pay as you enter. And remember, yesterday we were talking about the fact that we don't have anything to do with yesterday's proposal. It's a matter of, will I, can I embrace this? Will I embrace it? So it's two questions that we have to ask ourselves. Can I? And we looked at all the previous experience that we have had with our Creator and the fact that we have the basis on which to say, yes, we can. Will I? No, that's totally up to us. We have to decide, will I make those choices that are going to bring me in the place where I can embrace, enjoy every moment of my day, right? Because with the challenges that face us today, and we gave the wherewithal, the processes, the way we can actually successfully negotiate this particular journey. That's right. So listen to yesterday's show about that. And today we're looking at the superlatives. How can I be a continuous recipient of these superlatives? What? He's never changing and he's always been the same. Flip side of them both. And it said yesterday, today, and forever. And so he is reinforcing for us that this is what he wants to offer us. His consistency. That's what I like it as. His consistency. And the consistency is a loving consistency. The fact that he always loves us. He loves us all the time. It doesn't matter where we are at, whether we're up, down, whether we are reciprocating, or we are in a state of rebellion. He still loves us. And that love never changes. Because it says, I will never change. And we need to understand that I is love. My love will never change because he is love. And so we can bank on it. Take it to the bank. We can have the assurance that he will always love us. It is out of this promise. I will never change. I will always be the same. And once we analyze that, to me it is quite mind-boggling. Because you see, we have nothing to compare this promise with. There is nobody else in our ambit, in our world, in our past experience, in our capability to project into the future experience that we could apply this to, because he's the only one who can pull it off, who can make this promise and stick to it. He says, I will never change. And so when he made us and said we were good, very good, then he believed it, he meant it, and he will never change how he thinks about us. So when we are in the midst of doing some activities that are not up to scratch, remember, he will never change. His love will never change. His love never ends. I used to do training programs for persons interested in sidewalk Sunday school. And we used to have this trick jug, right, which had a false bottom. and we would pour out the water, and the water would just come out onto the bottom of the jug. So now it's nothing else is coming out. And then it was a lesson we were teaching on His love never changes. And so it never ends. And so we put back down the jug and we said, do you know that God's love never ends? And when you put back down the jug, the water or the liquid comes back from the false bottom into the bottom that we're using. And we pour again, and out comes more water. His love never ends. And the children will be saying, wow, we just emptied that jug. And then we will put it back down again. And they said, well, that's the end of that water. And then we would pour it out again. His love never ends. And you know, that lesson just has, it was the first lesson that I learned to impart when I was learning to do sidewalk Sunday school. And thank you, Princess. Ooh. And you know, it's something that made such an impact on my mind. His love never ends, never changes, never ends. He will always be the same. And so this is something that we have to remember and remind ourselves of whenever we get to the place where we wonder, am I going to get through this? Is He going to turn back on me at this particular juncture because of what I've done? And we ask ourselves so many questions. But, you know, that's why I have to have my operations manual open all the time. Because every time we face a challenge, you know, what can man do unto me? What can any human being do unto me? If God be for me, who can be against me? Absolutely nobody. And I don't care what they try to do. I don't care what is up their sleeve. Absolutely nothing can change His love for me. And the fact that, remember, when we talk about His love, you know, we're talking about His care. It's not just something that is ethereal and up in the air. His care and so on. No, it is something that always is efficacious, is always full of power. That's what it means. Full of power on our behalf. It's always able to engage us at that place where we need to be, at that place where we find ourselves, at that place where we don't want to be, at that place where this is it, this is what is. You understand? And so it's so very important for us to acknowledge where we are at, living in now. Don't project ourselves in the future, but to recognize and know that tomorrow is going to be a better day. And two, He has our back. He has everything wonderful for us in the future. And so we can look to the future with expectation, with hope, with an assurance that it's all going to pan out regardless of where we are at this particular time. So the living in the now and the recognition of the fact that regardless of where we are at, He never changes. His love never changes. He is always the same. And we can take to the bank. You know, we can sort of use that assurance to allay our temporary stresses, to reverse them, not just allay them, reverse them, because we know that He never changes and He's always the same. So come back.
Injustice, this world could never last. Oh, somehow I know
Celebrate Life, where we will be looking at all the issues that you could possibly have and how you can transform them into a celebratory occasion. Celebrate Life on reggae2reggae.com. See you there.
On reggae2reggae.com, we encourage our listeners with an inclusive, intelligent, and innovative alternative media experience.
It's Dr. Cheryl Chung from Celebrate Life. Stay tuned. You're on to RTRradio.tv.
So keep it tuned to reggae2reggae.com, and we have more for you. Keep it locked.
Injustice, this world could never last. Oh, somehow I know things have got to.
Hi, we're back. And we're here on Reggae to Reggae looking at the King's Proposal. And today we're talking about superlatives. The two superlatives that we just cannot use for ourselves. They are always and never. Only Almighty God can use those superlatives and always carry them out and never fail us. Right. I will never change and I will always be the same. So as we look at those two superlatives, we have been looking at the fact that that is his character. Two, that's where we are going, being continuous recipients of these superlatives. And now we're into our third segment. First was know where you're going. Two, know your driver. Three, pay as you enter, and this is our part now. And you know, this is another time that we have very little to do. Yesterday we looked at can I and will I accept what he has to say to me, what he has to offer. And today it's very similar. If you will accept your King's proposal, all these great and precious promises will be yours. So here, here's your end is all about if, right? And boy, if you want to know, one of the most powerful words in the English language, it is that if. You know, there are times when I used to do studies on the little words, the ones that they call prepositions and indefinite and definite articles, or the, or if, or but, or therefore, or as, or when, you know, and if is just the most powerful one. You know why? Because all the promises that are in this operations manual have to do with if. If you will do this, then you can claim and embrace all the promises that are here. If you refuse to do that, then the curses automatically come at you. Is it that he has put a curse on you? No. It is that the enemy stands there to put a curse on anybody who will leave themselves open. That's right. So that is what has happened to this country. All the things that, you know, people say, how can God allow this? Well, if you are offered a solution and you box it away and are without a solution, then you have left yourself open to the ravages of the enemy. And that is how it is in the natural, in the spiritual, that is how it is in the corporate, or in the individual, or in the communal. Okay? So when we understand the goodness of God, when we understand the goodness of God, then we can also understand that He never changes. And if we are not experiencing His goodness, it's because we have chosen not to walk along the road that says, if you want to engage these blessings, this is the road you walk along. If you would like to enjoy this end result, this is the plan I have for you. And so it's all about our choices. When you look at the whole heap of promises in Deuteronomy 28, people talk about, I'm blessed in the city, I'm blessed in the country, I'm blessed in this, and I'm blessed in that. If you will obey these things. One of my favorites, one of my many, many, many favorites, verses is, where is it now? Oh, Joshua 1:8, right? And that has to do with if we will hide this word, the book, the words of this book must always be hidden in our hearts, always be coming out of our mouths, always on my lips. Don't fail to have it constantly coming out. That's why I chat so much. Then we have to hide them in our hearts. We have to meditate on them day and night. All of that. Then we will make our way prosperous, and then we'll have good success. The same concept is repeated all over the world. In every book, there is this concept of, if you do this, this is what will happen. If you do that, that will happen. And so, if you will accept your king's proposal, if you will accept your king's proposal, all these great and precious promises will be yours. Now, the issue is one of making that choice and making that decision. And a lot of persons sort of pull back and say, I can't make that choice now. I can't. Later I will do this. You have made a choice. Whether we do or whether we don't, we have made a choice until we make a choice. Let me just sort of elaborate on that, right? Because I think it's so important for us to understand this retro style. I'm having challenges, right? And if you continue to wear this style, then you'll continue to have challenges. So, it's one of those choices you make, and what to hear falling in my eye and all sort of things. It's a choice that I've made, and I just have to deal with it until I change the choice. So, all right. So, if I have not yet decided, I have already decided not to decide until later. So we need to understand that concept of making choices and making decisions. We always, regardless of whether we do or we don't, whether our choice is passive or active, we have made a choice until we change to another choice. So if I choose not to embrace the promises, I have made a choice not to embrace promises. Yet, maybe. But at this point in time, I will reap the rewards of not having made that promise. And so we need to bear that in mind whenever we have choices to make. We can always make a choice and then go back on it if you so choose. But I'm here to tell you, if you make this choice to accept these promises, there is no way you ever want to go back. Why would you want to go back when you're in a win-win situation? Why? So it's so important for us to be proactive, make a decision, make a choice. Anyway, time to take a break, and we'll be back to explain exactly how, once we have made a decision and a choice, we can enjoy the ride. So come back.
This is the Uprising Roast Band, and I represent for reggae2reggae.com. Boom, shakalaka, boom, boom, boom. Sing, check out, I'm out. Trench down, you keep on rocking. Bang, ba, ding, be, dong, bang, bang, be, ding. Trench down, you keep on rocking. Yeah, yeah, the Uprising Root.
Nutritious food, succulent dishes, superior workmanship, and excellent service. Jamaica is on the go. Let's grow what we eat and eat what we grow. Let's harness the indomitable spirit of our most valued resource, our people. Let's support our local businesses. After all, buying Jamaican means building Jamaica.
Original.
Since the first public demonstration of radio by Nikola Tesla in 1893, no one ever thought of putting the 2 hours of music together until we created Reggae2Reggae.com.
So keep it tuned to reggae2reggae.com, and we'll have more for you. Keep it locked.
Injustice, this world could never last. Oh, somehow I know things have got to change.
Hi, we're back. And today I have my sorrel drink again. Oops. You want to hook man sorrel and sorrel out of sorrel not well all year round sorrel, you know. Sorrel not never out of season. This is wonderful. I remember how I make a sorrel drink. No boiling, right? Just either blend it or you juice it. And then, oops, I never even showed you my sorrel jam. Oh my goodness. What I do is blend it or juice it. Then mix in some cane juice, pimento, and ginger. Wow, really nice. And then I strain it if you want to. And I use what I've strained to make sorrel salad dressing or sorrel jam. Mix it with raisins and get sorrel jam. Or I leave the fiber in there, which is just really wonderful. So whichever way you want it, make sure you don't boil it, because if you boil it, you kill the enzymes and then you denature it and you don't get the long list of benefits that they say sorrel has. Those benefits are only available when the sorrel has not been denatured. So only when it is raw and when it is not boiled, heated, or processed away. Wonderful. So we are right now in our last segment. That's how we enjoy the ride. Make sure you mix it with your saliva in order to get it to digest wonderfully and for you to get all the benefit and nutrients from it. So we are enjoying the ride, and the way to enjoy the ride is to follow the instructions, because along any journey, there are challenges. I don't care what kind of journey you go along, there are challenges. And if we do not have a guide, know your driver, and a guidebook, and some sort of opportunity to check back whenever we hit the speed bumps, whenever we drop down in a rut or a crater, whenever we are ascending a very difficult incline, whenever we have a lot of curves along the route, whenever we have what you call something 40-foot trailer jackknife up ahead and block the road, an accident, all of these have the solutions in the manual. Remember, look into the troubleshooting section, which is called concordance, and you'll find a list of how to deal with all of these. It will send you to the answer in the book. So, if you would accept your king's proposal, all these great and precious promises will be yours. And that is how you enjoy the ride. Because, you know, I have so many promise books. Oops, every time I see a new mega promise book, I don't buy those little small ones. I buy those thick ones, right? And that having promises from beginning to end on every known subject. And I just read them, underline it, circle it, mutter it, meditate on it, and I'm here to tell you all these great and precious promises. And you know, part of accepting the proposal or not has to do with knowing the driver and also knowing what the promises are. Because if someone comes to you and they say, hey, would you like to be a part of this movement, this way of life, and so on, so on, so on. And what does it have to offer? Knowing the promises is absolutely essential in order for you to make a cognitive decision, a choice that is based on your knowledge of a situation. So this is where the answer really is. And if you are able to just read it over, mutter it over, meditate on it, speak it out, sing it, embrace it, then I'm here to tell you, you wouldn't want to ever leave it out because it is the only solution, total reversal to any issue or challenge that you could face. Because one of the things that happens with human interventions is that we get coping skills, we get management skills, we get alternatives. What else do we get? And they are all temporary. All temporary. See here? The only permanent solutions come from our Savior. Looking at number one, part of this three T's that we're today. I will never change. I will always be the same. Yesterday, today, and forever. Almost beautiful one. And that has always been a challenge because every time I do something wrong, I don't feel too beautiful. But guess what? It's not about how you feel. It's about what he says about you, how he looks at you, how he regards you, how he loves you. It is only when I go into that realm that I can embrace these promises. And that I can really say thank you for regarding me as, oh, thou most beautiful one. And if you are a man, oh, such a handsome one. My love, and this is not physically, this is just the capacity to just bowl somebody over. You ever see somebody who just bowl you over? You know, it's, you know, you get just sort of picked over, swamped. You know, that is the capacity that he gives us to interact with him. Then he goes on to say, oh, most beautiful one, my love, my dove, my beloved boy. That's how he regards us. And that's what we need to embrace. And as we embrace it, we will be able to accept the King's proposal. Whoa! There is a little prayer that I sort of was scripted when I was doing this segment. You know, how do you get to the place where you are able to really receive this without all the guilt and shame and so on? And I set down some simple rules, and these are the: allow yourself to be still and get to know Him. There's a verse that says, be still and know that I am God. And that's not about being quiet or else you will lick it up. It's about being still and getting to know the I am, who is sufficient for every need that you have. 2, take 3 deep breaths. Part of becoming still has to do with our taking in the breath that He has allowed us to have access to. And we do not breathe properly. If you do not breathe properly, you will never be relaxed. You cannot access all the things that are available to you if you do not relax. Right? Okay. 3, love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, soul, mind, and strength. All the laws are summarized in that 1. And that helps you to love God, love yourself, and love your neighbor. Living a loving life is the key to live like Jesus lived. And so I had this prayer which I prayed. It says, God of abundant love, cultivate in me a heart committed to loving you. A heart committed to loving you, loving me, and loving my neighbor. May my words and actions reflect your grace, which is the gift of joy in the midst of thorns and tests. That's what joy is. That's what grace is. The gift of joy in the midst of thorns and tests. So may my words and actions reflect your grace alive in the world. And so as we come to the end of our program, I'm going to do this prayer again. I just want to remind us that we can embrace these superlatives as we embrace the one who gives us these superlatives. I will never change, He says. I will always be the same. Yesterday, today, and forever. O most beautiful one, my love, my dove, my beloved, if you will accept your King's proposal, all these great and precious promises will be yours. I have accepted the King's proposal. Will you? God of abundant love, cultivate in me a heart committed to loving you, to loving myself, and to loving my neighbor. May my words and actions reflect your grace alive in this world. See you tomorrow.
Oh my,
On reggae2reggae.com, we encourage our listeners with an inclusive, intelligent, and innovative alternative media experience.